Good morning. Welcome to Scottie Crafts and Wendy's World. Wow, finally we got the extra 12 distress coloured markers.
Way! Yes,
awesome.
yes.
So that's the first exciting news.
Okay, now before you start, that's mine.
Oh, well that has to be mine then.
Okay, and we've still got lots though, so that's okay.
Right, so this is the 12 seasonal colours that have been out in the ink pads, now they're in the markers. So you can get them either, if you've already got the full tub of markers, then this is the add-on.
Yay, then we can add to the set. That's why that one was mine.
And also, if you don't have it and you're thinking about buying the markers, they've also put it out in the full set plus the extra 12 colours that have just been introduced.
So that's a tub of 47
markers.
And look at that. Cool deal. So what are we going to do with these markers?
The Prima Doll Stamps, we've touched on these before and I did like a little fussy cut video with them. Now I want to show you how you can use background stamps to create like the clothes to go on your dollies. If you don't want to stamp on pretty papers, you can make your own pretty papers. So Adrian's just zooming in on some that I was having a little play with last night. Now this is her doll stamp. I don't own this one. She let me take it home and have a bit of a play with it.
Yes, because I need something in my life.
So I did it in pink because it was Adrian. So the skirt technique is what I'm going to show you how to do, and this is using distress markers, a water brush pen, and the image has to be stamped in archival ink, which is the Black Ranger archival ink. I don't know if that's glaring, is it?
Yep,
that okay
no, that's
there?
all good, yes.
So, and a little tip is, because these doll stamps are so large, I've taken a B board for my Cuttlebug or a C board.
Yes, and those are on special as well.
Are they? Well,
yeah, they are.
It's nice to keep one really nice and clean if you're going to stick the stamps to it, because if you've got one that's all cut up, then the stamps don't stick as well. But basically, that's not going to come off, so they work as a board.
It's a really good idea. It fits
board.
perfectly, doesn't it?
So I've taken Adrian's stamp and I've inked it with a black archival ink, and what I've done is stamped it onto our watercolour paper. So I've topped and tailed it so I can get two on there nicely.
That's nice, yes.
Let that dry. Then what you do is you can take any background stamp, and Prima have actually put out a couple of really gorgeous ones. I think Adrian was zooming in on those before and she's just taking you to have a second view of them now. The one that I've used to do the doll is just one of these little couture creation ones. Is that too blurry?
Yep. Oh, so you've used the background bit.
I've just used this little one here, but you could also use like stamps, polka dots, butterflies. This one here is really cool. I quite like that little piece down there. The leaves would be stunning as well. And also, to make these stamps work really well with water-based distress markers, what you need to do is season your stamp. So you take your stamp and you ink it with the archival ink.
Okay.
And then you let that dry. From then on, you never use a stamp cleaner on it. You just spray it with water when you're finished using it and tap it with like a non-lint cloth to dry it off.
Okay, so then that means the distress markers colours will almost like stick to it?
Yeah, they don't puddle, because normally that's what causes that dotty look when you're trying to stamp with these little stamps.
What a good idea.
So I've pre-seasoned this one, and now what I'm going to do is take two of Adrian's favourite colours and I'm just going to blend the colours on the stamp using the brush end of the marker, because this has like a fine tip for doing stenciling and journaling work, which is awesome.
It is.
And it's got like a non-fray nib if you're using it through like sharp stencils so that it won't cut.
Oh, very
Which is really handy. You know, when you've recapped it, you can't see any black. If you've got a little ring of black, it means you haven't quite put it on properly.
And you need to, hey?
You need to, yeah.
Yes.
So this is the brush end, and you can then just colour onto your stamp. Because the stamp's very square, I'm not going to colour right to the edges. I'm just going to blend my colours on it over the top and not to the square edges, and then all I do is pick my stamp up, working on a flat surface, and I'm not going to go into the bodice because I don't want anything there. Now this is going to overstamp as well out here, but I'm not going to worry about that because I'm going to cut it out. So you proceed over your whole dress doing that, colouring in, blend your colours on the block. I keep opening the wrong end of that one. I told myself I was going to put it down the right way every time, but I get so excited about what I'm doing.
Well, it is fun.
So just continue in that method, then take your water brush. Now this is a brush with a little valve in it. You can put it under your tap, squeeze and fill the brush with water.
Okay, yeah.
Somebody's already wanting to buy one. I can hear the phone ringing.
Isn't that just amazing? I just love it. They've watched this video as we're making it.
So once you've got it to that point, you can then just blend over your colours.
Okay, wow.
Isn't that awesome?
Wow, so you're not even using any extra parts of your markers, you
just blending over.
Now, do you need to do that reasonably quickly?
No, you can come back and do this 4 hours later, a day later, whenever. Because these inks are just like the Distress ink pads, you can basically just blend your colours out. Another little trick too, like to do the little hem part of the dress, see all the blending and shading on there?
Yes.
I'll show you a little trick. Once you've got a acrylic block, you can just scribble on it with one colour. Take your next colour, whoops, the brush end we want again. Pick up the colour with that, and what that's going to do is start me out purple, but my pen is pink. As I blend, it comes back to the raspberry.
Oh, that's gorgeous. That's a great technique.
And then also you come back in with your water brush and just colour.
Oh, and that'll blend it even further.
And then once you're done, you cut your little doll out and it's ready to use on your project.
Isn't that just gorgeous? I love it. And then you've done it slightly differently on these other ones.
All I've done with this one is just put the colour on and blended it out. So I've drawn in the lines and then brushed the colour out. And the other little thing is, I haven't got my little distress stickles that I've used. Put your distress stickles on and brush it out with your water brush. So that's how I've got the glitter on the hem.
Okay,
And
so you've just put a little bit on and then just dragged it across
with the water brush. So you can then aim it exactly where you want it and thin it out because it comes out quite a lot in one little squeeze.
It's quite thick. I really like that technique, and look at all these beautiful dolls. There's that one with the shorter dress.
Yeah, that's actually a smaller doll as well, Adrian. So for those littler projects, you know, some of the dolls are quite large.
Yes, they are.
Great for canvases and scrapbooking layouts. Not so great for cards. So now there's a whole series of the smaller dolls come out.
Wow.
Isn't that awesome?
Yes, and I love all the different little dolls. There's little girl dolls, like young girls. There's teenagers. There's the elegant 20s dolls. I can't really see an older 50s doll there, though.
That's probably coming.
It must be.
So then there's also the previous video that I did with the dolls where we did the fussy cutting. So don't forget to check that one out. I think we're going to put a link to that, Adrian?
We'll link it into the end of this video. So don't forget our markers, which are $49.99 for the new set of 12. Yes, I know you want those. And then the very big pack, if you don't have any at the moment, of 47 colours for $195. That works out to $3.99 a marker. That is so good, Wendy. And then remember what you can do with them and all the doll stamps. So look at this, and then we'll tack the other video onto the end to watch our Prima Doll Stamps with distress markers and pattern paper. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.